Hey guys, what's going on? I am back again. Better late than never with my Love During Lockup recap and review. We don't know what season this is. We never know what season this is, but we're going to go ahead and say it's either season 4, episode 43, or it is season 5, episode 2, The $1 Million Fantasy. And where am I at? I'm right here. So, y'all know how I feel about my prison shows. Like, y'all know I love me some prison shows. So I just can't stay away from them. I just can't. And I'm a little disappointed in a couple of these storylines. I'm not gonna lie, some of them were kind of like, okay, I already kind of see where we're going with this. I care, I don't care, I care, I don't care, whatever. Anyway, if you're new here, hi. I love to have you. Please stick around and stay for a while. Hit that subscription button down below. Don't forget to like the video, comment in the comment section, replay gang. Let's get down in the comments. I'm very, very, I like to, go back and forth a little bit down there afterwards. And hi Monique. How are you today on this lovely Thursday? It's a good day. It's a good day. It's pretty sunny here. We love it. But as I was saying, yes, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share me with your friends. Don't forget to follow me on my social media accounts that you see scrolling at the bottom ever so nicely. I'm very, 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 very active on TikTok and Instagram. I'm posting on there pretty much daily. I share daily polls on my Instagram story, and that always is a really good time to just kind of engage with, my followers and whatnot. And, we can just laugh and have a kiki. Like, who doesn't like to laugh and have a kiki? But anyway, I don't plan on being up here for long because I also have to do my Real Housewives of New York video as well. Bell Collective, I'm just going to double up on that tomorrow. And this evening something fun is going to happen. Okay, so y'all just stay tuned on the tube this evening. Okay. Hey, Janet Holiday, how are you today? It's always good to virtually see you enter the room. So, y'all, let me throw back up this graphic like real quick so you know who I'm talking about. In the center, on the right center, we have Letitia and Keith below her. And y'all, last week, of course, they tried to get us all amped up thinking that it was going to be something that it really wasn't. It really wasn't. And I say that because we don't know if Keith had fornicated with Letitia's now employee. Back then, I'm assuming they didn't know each other. But long story short, girl says they conversated, and Letitia, though, she just has to get to the bottom of it. So she calls Keith's cousin or aunt, Marcia, because she's just a few years older than her, and her and Letitia have gotten really close during this time. And she affirms that, yes, they used to talk, and knowing her nephews, they probably did smash. So there's that. And of course, Letitia is taken aback by this information. But I'm like, at the same time, though, we find out that they were 16 when they used to talk or whatever. And it's just like, okay, in my perfect world, if I was single, no, would I want to be pursuing, would I want to be in a relationship with someone who was with my friend, a close friend or an employee or anything like that? No, I wouldn't. However, that wouldn't necessarily be something that I need to like stop the world on, because at the same time, they were 16. And if I'm not mistaken, Letitia's like 36, I want to say, or something like that. So And Keith is around the same age, I want to say. So it's just like, honestly, I really don't feel like we need to have this whole like, oh my goodness moment over that, because they were kids. It happens. It definitely happens. You see people freaking dated when they were in high school, and then 25 million years later, this person gets married to that person that they took to prom. Like, it's really just not, I feel like, that big of a deal in this type of situation given the circumstances. But that's just me. I digress. If she wants to be upset about it, that's her business. But I really think that she's kind of pushing the narrative a little bit too hard, because it's just like, that was so long ago that we don't even remember the fine details, ma'am. But anyway, the next thing we get, she's still going hard for this, and she calls Keith to finally, ask him face to face, like, yo, did y'all face to face? He's in prison. So just act like I didn't say that. But y'all know what I mean. Face to face, aka on the phone. You know how it goes. It's love during lockup. So what also pissed me off about Miss Letitia is that she referred to Keith to her daughter as her bonus dad. And if there's one thing that makes my itch on this show, it's when the parents start trying to lay it on super thick to their children. Like, they're trying to bring this new person in and just like, oh yeah, this is your new daddy or your new mom. Like, that's not how this works at all. And I think that could be really harmful for those kids, but whatever. I don't know anything. I'm not a parent. This better not be their entire storyline. And it's looking like it is, Monique. It really is looking like this is going to be a whole big thing. I want to say they're going to be on Love after Lockup. I know some of the couples are, obviously. I want to say they are going to be one of the couples that are. So I guess we're just going to have to see. But when she asks him, like, hey, so first of all, it's been 14 hours since she talked to him. So she goes on the prison Facebook group to kind of see if they've been on lockdown or to see, what happened. And as soon as she's doing that, he calls her and she's like, oh my goodness, like, you just forgot about your wife, like, da 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 da. And it's just like, okay, relax. And he says that he's been busy. And of course, she goes right into asking him, like, did you sleep with Deanna? I think her name was, right? And he's like, man, that was probably like when I was 18 or something. Like, did I what? And whenever someone comes right off the cuff with the whole like, what you say? Did I what? What? When dang well they heard you, I'm like, that's language means they're getting ready to lie. So if it happened, honestly, I would much rather him stand 10 toes and be like, look, we was young. It happened. I think the only thing that she should be upset about, if it did happen, is the fact that, yes, he didn't tell her. She can't really be upset that it happened, though, if that makes sense. And that's because I always feel like in relationships, you should never have, there should never be anyone coming up to you, telling you something about your partner or, whatever. Like in my case, like nobody off the street should just be coming up to me, telling me something that my husband should have told me first, like that's just a big no-no for me, at least. And I'm hoping that's the angle Letitia's coming from with this whole thing, where she's like, I just wish at the end of the day you would have at least told me, so I'm not out here looking like crazy because I'm just now hearing this from somebody else that it should have been you. I'm hoping that that's where we're at with it, but I don't know, because like I said, she's already calling the man, the little girl's bonus dad, and getting her all confused and stuff. So I guess, we'll just have to see on that one. And of course, before he answers the next question, which was, did you sleep with her? The line goes dead. And she's like, oh, I know you effing lying right now. Like she does I know you effing lying, like laugh, like, but it's just like, I know you're not really like playing with me like this for real right now. Like this is not life. Like this is Ashton Kutcher about to pop out, because clearly I'm being punked. Like, you can't be serious right now playing with me like this. And we're just gonna have to get back more into it next week, y'all. I don't know. But moving right along, Andy and Brittany, he's another one. And I feel like I am completely justified in kind of going after him as far as him being a parent. That's another thing on the show that's always going to piss me off, is when you're not doing what you're supposed to do as a parent. And you're kind of like a piss poor excuse for someone, you know, saying like, oh, I did this, this, and that. Like, remember, y'all, episode 1, he led with the whole, oh, you know, my wife, bad divorce. She was an addict. I had to get up out of there and do what I had to do for my kids. And, you know, it was hard, but he made it seem like he was super dad and, you know, saved his kids in that situation, did what he had to do, gave up his career of 13 years as a police officer just to be there and be present in his children's lives, only for us to find out episode 2 that he's really not all chalked up to being what he tried to portray himself as last week. He goes to see his daughters who are cooking cookies and tea. I'm not even gonna give them too much because honestly, they've been through enough, so I don't need to add to their plate. So we're just gonna leave that at that. They was cooking cookies and tea, period. They are 24 and 25, and we know he also has a 17-year-old son. He affirms that he'll be pretty much, you know, moving to Rome, Georgia, I want to say, when she gets out. And you know, he lets his daughters know that if he gets even a whiff, even a inkling that there's some BS going on, he's outie 5,000. And I was just like, that sounds nice. It always sounds nice when they say that on these types of shows, but we never, you know, y'all know, we never 100%, we don't ever 100% really see anybody stick to that. Everybody always want to say like, oh yeah, if they think they're about to play me, they got another thing coming. Like, I'm not nobody's fool. Da 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 da. And honestly, it's a lot more times. We see a lot more times people actually going back on their word than we do actually seeing them keep their word when they say things like that. So there's that. Also, he lets his daughters know that Brittany, I guess, will be, you know, video calling or whatever. The younger daughter was kind of standoffish at first. The older daughter popped her head, you know, in the camera or whatever. And of course, Brittany's like, oh my God, you guys are so beautiful. Like, okay, like, no one's even trying to hear all that. Like, we don't even see it for you right now. So keep all the niceties, Miss Ma'am. And but then the 25-year-old asks her, you know, basically like, what's up? Like, how did you get in this situation? What's your deal? What's up? And Brittany, you know, she told her the truth. She told her charges. But of course, that strikes something in the 24-year-old because a lot of what they're hearing is probably blast from the past, Andy. These are things, these are elements to the same exact puzzle that their mother had, you know, all those years ago and all that. So it's like, it's giving, do you really truly care about, you know, them? Do you really truly want to not bring that type of drama, that type of trauma, that type of the possibility? Because at the same time, I'm not trying to give even Brittany too much on this. Well, I'm gonna give her the benefit of the doubt for this episode, right? But at the same time, I still need to hold Andy accountable because it's like, why would you even put your daughters, put your kids in a situation that could end up the same exact way? You know, your mom, their mom just, you know, up and left and stuff like that. Like, why would it's putting, I'm not putting my kids first. I'm putting this person who I've never like met in real life before my kids. Not only is he putting her before his kids, he's putting her kids before his kids too, because now you're about to ride off into the sunset and move over there to help raise her kids, but you didn't even help raise us. Like, that's not okay. That's not okay. That's not okay. We don't like it. So, like I said before, hey, Feisty. Hi. I love it when you come through here. But the 24-year-old says, girl, we dealt with too much trauma due to our mom's addiction, and we really need you to not be playing in his face, and we need you to be a woman of your word. We need you to stay sober. We don't want to relive that. And I 100% understand where the kids are coming from. 100%. I totally am on the kid's side in the situation. I try to, not be biased and all that, but wrong is wrong at the end of the day. And right when they're about to dive more deeply into that conversation, the line goes, cut. And then they start laying into him, which I have no qualms about as well, because it's not getting through his head at this point. He is in denial when they basically say, like, how are you going to, be giving to her kids, and how are you going to go help raise her kids when you didn't even really raise us? They was with the grandma. They was with the auntie, the cousin, whoever. He was on the road. And he uses the whole justification being he was a truck driver and he got so, I guess, used to be on the road that it was actually uncomfortable, or actually, well, I wrote it down. Where is it? He would love their support, but he doesn't have to have it. And he got more comfortable being gone. Home was miserable. He literally said the word miserable. And I'm like, but at the end of the day, your kids were there. So you want to be gone from them. And I'm not no parent. Parents in here, y'all let me know. I just I've never really heard anybody say that anywhere that their kids are, aka home, is miserable. Like, I just never heard that being a synonym for that. So that really makes me look at him weird. Like, I guess once the marriage was over, you wanted the whole family situation, like you wanted to give everything back then. That's what it's giving. And then she calls back and the girls tell her what's up. And she's like, whoa. At the end of the day, honesty is the best policy. Honesty and our word is all we have while we are in this virtual telephonic relationship. So come on now. I'm not really feeling you right now, because it sounds to me like you was a deadbeat liar. I feel like the only little like seed of a bit of understanding that I could, throw at Andy is that, and it made me think of my grandfather, actually, this scene, because the only time I feel like, there are times where home doesn't represent, a place of peace, a place of love and happiness and joy and all that. After you lose somebody, like even now, going back to my grandfather, my grandparents' house and stuff like that, after losing my grandmother, it don't even really feel the same. I kind of, at first I didn't want to go and stuff like that. So maybe I'm going to hope when he said miserable, it meant like he didn't like being at home because it was a constant reminder of, what could have been, or the absence of, his wife or whatever. I'm hoping that that's what he meant by that. Do y'all understand what I'm trying to say? I'm hoping that that's what he meant, but at the same time, it just came off all wrong, especially being as though we're just finding out episode 2 that everything that you were saying in episode 1, trying to make it seem like you were, again, super dad, is all BS. But I guess we'll just have to stick around and find out. Jade and Chris, she's another one. I feel like she came off last week as I feel like we were more understanding her side last week, where it's like, dude, why are you blowing her phone up? She's at home trying to celebrate her sister with her family. She's not even doing nothing crazy. Why are you blowing her phone up? Like, dog, like, come on. But then this week it's like, Jade, are you a gold digger? Are you a gold digger? Are you? And I say that because we found out last week that homeboy is basically, his family's are millionaires or whatever. They got the whole, casino deal going or whatever. So she's going riding with her sister on a side by side and all that. Her sister who had the birthday last week, Jessica. And Jessica's still over Chris at this point. And while they're driving to go, to wherever they was riding at, Jade actually asks Jessica if she will accompany her to her next visit to see Chris. And Jade, she's like, yeah, I'm definitely down. And we all know why she's down. She's down because she wants to go and give him a piece of her mind. Duh. Like, we're not, stupid. We know that she would rather her sister probably not be in a relationship with this person at this point. We know that, I guess he's kind of a fun suck, that a fun suck as far as like when they're trying to have sister time and all that. He just be kind of just trying to, I think Chris also is a person that forgets they're in jail, because it's like you want to be so present, you want to be abreast to everything, but at the same time, you're in jail, dog. Like, you're in prison. Like, you are not going to be able to be a part of everything. You shouldn't have did what you did to get in there. And now that you're in there, you got to reap what you sow, and you just got to do your time and thug it out. But am I the bad guy for saying that? I don't feel like I am. Like, it is what it is. You can't be, you think I'm going to be, yeah, I'm just painting my nails. We going to the park. I'm taking out the trash. Here, let me prop the phone up while you watch me do my homework. Like, we're not doing any of that. Like, But at the same time, Jade, I can't fault him for being like, can I get a phone call sometimes? Can I get a little bit of attention sometimes? I'm not asking you to live your life on the phone with me and basically do this bid with me, but at the same time, yeah, I would appreciate some communication every now and then. Like, I can't fault him for that as well. Chris is a love bomber, but at the same time, Jade also likes to do the whole, y'all know that when you're going through something with your partner, whatever, I'm not saying lie to your family. I'm not saying like, don't gather support from, your original support system that's been your support system, probably your whole life, right? Your family. I'm not saying don't go to them, but at the same time, you have to be very mindful of what you're saying when you're speaking on your relationship, because just because you are in a bad place right now and then tomorrow you want to forgive that person doesn't always mean that your family will. They usually won't. They usually will hold a grudge, because at the end of the day, they're more than likely always going to have your best interest at heart. And if they see somebody mistreating you, or they see you sad or whatever about something, they're probably more than likely gonna be like, not trying to feature that person once you guys are back on better terms. Like, that's just relationship-ish, family-ish 101. Y'all correct me if I'm wrong. But in this situation, I feel like Jessica wouldn't have so much fuel. She wouldn't have so much venom for Chris if Jade wasn't painting him to be a certain person, or telling her family certain information and stuff like that. So really, you created this, so it is what it is. But at the same time, then Jessica also lets us know that although Jade is not materialistic per se, would she be with Chris if he didn't have, all the coin? Probably not. So what does that say about Jade? Yeah, why are you with him? And we even get this little snippet clip later on about him, or not him, her, she's an influencer and she did a day in the life of a prison wife. And she wakes up and she goes to get her Starbucks, and she's tired from that. So she takes a nap, and she gets up or she shows all of her gifts that he sent her. And she has over 200 and something K on TikTok. And she just loves being a prison wife and da 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 da. And I'm just like, what you're glorifying this whole situation makes me believe that there may be some truth to what your sister said, and that you guys are going to be in for a rude awakening if you guys even stay together once he gets out. Because I don't even really do you like him, or do you like his money? Do you like what it's provided you? All $1 million worth of stuff, worth of assets at this point. Because at the end of the day, you're not showing any urgency to call him. You're not showing any really interest in talking to him, because even in that little day in the life of a prison wife, she only really talked to him, she said, for 10 minutes. And I'm not saying stay on the phone with him for hours, but typically, again, on this show, you see them on the phone with their people for longer. You see them on the phone with their significant other more frequently. Should he have called her 18 times while she was riding around getting it with her sister? No. But at the same time, I can more so understand him being like, it's all fine and dandy when you need some money, probably, or it's all fine and dandy when I got you something or did something for you monetarily. But now that I'm just asking you for a phone call, I can't get that. But again, it's hard to tell. It's so hard to tell because they're not in the same place. We don't know them from either of them from a can of paint. So it's really hard to tell who is in the right, who's in the wrong, who's justified, who's not, all that, So I don't know. But Jessica, she grabbed the phone at one point and she tries to kind of reason with him. It wasn't really working. So now she's like, basically, she got all the smoke for him if he don't get his act together once she sees him face to face. And Jade is just looking stupid. Hey, Joseph, how are you? It's good to see you. Oh my gosh. It's been a while, I feel like. It's been a little bit. I'm here. Renika and Asante. She meets up with her sisters. It wasn't really much for her. And she is definitely going to be one of the ones on after Lockup. So there's that. Her sister and her daughters, they go play Jenga somewhere. Kind of look like when you go to a game place or a game store. It wasn't like a legit arcade or nothing like that. It was just a place that you would go buy some PlayStation games or something. I don't know. Renika, her wig, and a yes, my sister's like, yeah, that green. I was like, ooh, let me stop though, because apparently she likes to come for content creators, and I'm gonna just leave that there because I ain't got time. Don't try me. Don't try me. But her sister doesn't support the move. What is so special about him that is making you just pick up and move all of a sudden and you've never even been together in the outside world. Like, I can't fault her for that. I can't fault her for feeling like that. I think, yeah, her name is Renika. Her sister's name is Shakola, I believe. Yeah, Shakola. I don't blame her sister for not supporting the move. I'm not just going to blindly support anything just because you're my sister, just because you're my, friend, whatever. That's not the case. That's not truly like having love in someone's best interest at heart. If you're just blindly going to support them no matter what, just because of the title. Like, a real show of love, friendship, all that is being able to tell somebody the hard truth, is to being able to tell somebody when they're in the wrong, when they're, all that. It's not always going to be stars and rainbows and ponies and ice cream cones and all that good stuff. It's not always going to be like that. So I think I commend her sister for being like, yeah, no, I don't support this, because I would have told my sister the same thing. What are you doing? What are you doing? Like, that would have been my exact voice. And that was honestly pretty much it in that little snippet. And the only other time we saw her, fast forward, is when she decides to put on this red lingerie get up. I should have got a picture for y'all. I'm sorry. But the wig was still the same though. The wig was still the same. So you all need a visual? Hold up. Yeah. And sorry, I didn't even put up Jade either, or Andy. I'm sorry. I should have just left this I should have left that up. But that is Renika with the green in her hair. Yeah, the green in her hair. But she gets a video call from him. I guess she was trying to give him a little, on the phone, because he has a iPhone in there. And at the same time, I'm like, girl, why are you talking about how he has an iPhone, this, that, and the other thing, when like I feel like she shouldn't have been saying that, because you're so scared that he might get in trouble, but you're telling everybody that he has a phone like in there on national television. It's going to get out, whatever. And she lets him know, what everyone's been kind of saying. They don't support their relationship, that he's going to play her, the old same song and dance. And his answers were very generic. A lot of people have been kind of skeptical on him. And I even see on Twitter, a lot of people are skeptical about his sexual orientation, all of that. So, I don't know. I watched a clip of one of her lives or whatever she had on like Facebook, and she said something along the lines of like, yeah, waiting on my significant other or something, or my significant other's not here tonight. She never said Asante's name, so I don't know if he's the one she's talking about or whatever. It did look like she successfully did move to Atlanta, so I don't know, y'all. We're just gonna have to stick around and see with this one for real, because he don't even really say enough. He don't give enough. He didn't really look interested too much in the conversation. He just was, telling her what she wanted to hear, which is, no, I don't talk to other ladies. No, I don't do this. No, I don't do that. And she even said, I think, was it that last week or was it this week, that although she has love for him, whatever, she doesn't trust him. So it's just like, you think I would pick up and move me and my kids, not just me and my kids, several states away to go start forming a new life with someone who I don't even trust? That sounds wild. Like, does that not sound wild coming out of your mouth, out of someone's mouth? Do better. Brittany and K-Rock. There's some other ones, y'all. So Brittany and K-Rock, she's the one all the way on the right, top right, and that's K-Rock below her. They go go-kart racing with, it's her best friend Shayla, and K-Rock's best friend Eb. And they look like they're having fun. I haven't been go-kart racing in a long time. Oh, it's been a while. Ooh, maybe I should do it this weekend. I don't know. I want to do something fun this weekend. Anyway, he calls. Once I get back inside, he calls, and she has like this picture of him at the table. It's like, okay, literally my face. The gimmicks. The gimmicks. And they talk for a second, but then the phone hangs up. And Shayla, her best friend, really is, she's never met K-Rock, of course, but she's been best friends with Brittany since she was 15, since they were 15. And she really hopes that K-Rock has the mental fortitude to stay, pretty much on the straight and narrow once he gets out. We just gonna have to see, we're just gonna have to see. We don't know. Renika can't get too upset over content creators' opinions about her when she's the one that chose to display her life on national TV. She has to deal with the good and the bad of the reality TV. That's the comment right there. That's how we feel. That's how I feel. I don't care. I'm gonna speak my mind up here and say what I want. I don't try to, disrespect anybody though at the same time, but I'm here to give, a recap and review, and that's just what we're gonna do. Like, come on now. A word. So they got some weirdness with them too. They really do. The subject of cheating and loyalty comes up, and we find out that when they were separated, K-Rock was taken to another part of the prison, that at this time, when he came back, we find out that he cheated. And it's just like, because it had been a month or something. A month? You can't handle them. And she didn't say that she was upset. She was just disappointed. And I'm like, okay. So then when she got out, there was like some cheating rumor that came about or whatever. She gets out. They're broken up at this point. She's wanting to get back, but he's like, nah, he's good on that. And then somehow during that time frame, she decides to go to a party where then she slept with somebody. It just sounded real childish to me. And then I had to remember like the ages of these people. So I was like, I couldn't really expect too much more, honestly. I can't even lie. Because I'm like off of a rumor, and then you're trying to get back, and it was just stupid, like, to me. Just very, very corny, very just childish. That's the only way I could put it, y'all. And at this point, Eb doesn't know. Eb wishes the best for his friend, but Eb's like, I don't know. I don't know if they're going to be able to withstand all of the hurdles and life struggles on the outside. I don't know, but we're just gonna have to see, right? Fast forward, we find out that Brittany puts $125 on K-Rock's books every week, and that's because he invests in businesses, and she wants to let him know that, I'm also putting into this. I'm also, supporting that initiative. And I mean, that's cool. That's fine. Whatever. And she is currently living with his brothers because her family devote super strict Catholic Hispanic household she comes from, and they would never completely accept her choices to be with someone. To be with someone, I guess, who's transgender. I'm assuming that's mostly what she meant by that. So that's cool, though, that she's able to live with his folks. They seem to be fully aware of the situation, and they are okay with it. They're accepting of all of that. What they're not accepting of, though, is her coming in late. Apparently, she'd be getting off of work at like 12 o'clock at night, but she don't be coming in until like 3 a.m. So when she sits down with one brother, two brothers, I think it was, and K-Rock calls, video calls, and she walks away to order pizza, they waste no time letting him know that, yeah, she comes in really late. We don't know what's going on, but I Googled it. The place that she serves at, it closes at 12. So I don't know why she coming in here so late. So, of course he's like, yeah, thank you for telling me that. And when she comes back in, she's like, first of all, y'all can go because I hear y'all talking about me. And if I was her, she'd better than me because I would have went off, for one. And not even because I'm trying to hide nothing, but just because, like, I don't like that type of stuff. Don't be nice to my face and then just trying to, but at the same time, I'm not surprised because she had to have known that moving into that situation that they were going to be, especially knowing that infidelity and they've had, trust issues and certain issues in the past. We have to know that they were going to tell anything that she did. She couldn't step a toe out of line and they wasn't going to tell. So she should have saw that one coming. And to a degree, I think she did, because she lets us know in the end that, yeah, he may have a whole bunch of spies. He may be, spying on me, but he's not the only one. So I'm assuming she has somebody on the inside that's keeping an eye out for her. Is that what y'all took from it? Because that's what I took from it. And we also find out that K-Rock likes to be such a provider to the point that he don't even know why she has a job. She don't need to have the job, but she's like, she wants the job because obviously she wants some type of independence and to be doing something for herself. I mean, goodness sake, she got locked up at like 17, right? And she's only 22, something like that now. So it's like, yeah, no, she should be working. She should be doing what she has to do. She should be making a name for herself in this world as well. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. If she doesn't want to be a kept woman or whatever, that's fine too. Like, she lets it be known. She's like, yeah, I appreciate when you send me money. I like when you send me money, but I also want to have my own. I see nothing wrong with that, especially, again, given that the fact that she also was in prison and was not able to go right into adulthood, doing what maybe she dreamed of doing when she was a kid and all that. Like, I'm sure she has a lot of goals and aspirations and stuff like that. So I understand the sentiment as far as, like, don't be letting the grades slip and all that, but you are coming off kind of like her dad instead of her partner. If your grades are slipping, it should be more of like, I don't know. It was very, like, just dad like. I would have rather him say something like, then, we're going to have to just maybe look and see, like, if you don't need to work as much, or look and see, like, what other resources we can help to, not have your grades slip or whatever, or, it was just the delivery for me. It was just all just, I don't like nobody to sound like a dictator or like some type of authority figure over anybody else who's grown. I don't like that at all. So it just rubbed me entirely wrong, y'all. I can't even lie. Oh, was that it? Ooh. Was that it, y'all? I done breezed through these? Yeah, actually. Because we still haven't met the couple all the way on the left yet. And if I'm not mistaken, I still didn't see them on next week's episode. So either someone's going to fall off, or either their storyline is going to be something else. I don't know. We still haven't met them, though. If I see some funny business with my brother's girlfriend, of course, I'll let him know. But I'm not about to play Magnum PI and basically stalk her every move just because you can't do it too much. That's what I'm saying. Like, it was just like, it was like she should have known that that's kind of what they were doing. But at the same time, you can't really be trying to be such a... She's allowed to still be out. Like, as long as she wasn't doing anything wrong, she's allowed to still be out. So I'm glad that he didn't come right off of her, come right at her like super aggressive or accusatory. I do like that, but at the same time, it was still given, you think you're her dad or something. Because she even said, she was like, sometimes I'd be closing and she has not so far given us any reason to think that she's out here being grimy or anything like that. We saw her at school. She's getting her cosmetology license. Shout out to, us cosmetologists. She's doing that. She has a job as well. She was out with the friends. Like, it don't look like it'd be something different. Yeah, if she wasn't coming home for days at a time or anything like that, or there was a legit reason why she was out doing something bad or something like, but it is. Thank you, Monique. Yes, I will see you later. Who's your most and least favorite couple so far? Okay. Oh, man. Oh, Joseph. Least favorite is gotta be, after this episode, I'm not gonna lie, it's gotta be Andy, because of the whole you looking like a deadbeat dad thing, and then you're gonna go raise somebody else's kids. Like, no, that you can't, that we don't do that. Like, that's never going to be okay in my book, no matter what. Even the girls are grown now, still, you still should be there. You should be cooking cookies with them too. Like, no. And my most favorite, as far as like not being problematic to those levels, I want to say oh, this is hard. Why is it so hard for me? Oh my God. Okay. I'd have to say maybe either Brittany and Asante or Brittany. Because, okay, first of all, there's two Brittany's, right? She's Brittany, top right. And then also Andy's girl's name is Brittany. Okay. So I meant Brittany and probably K-Rock in some ways, because I think they at least want to do better in their lives. They seem to be wanting to do well and all that. But at the same time, obviously, there are still those red flags. So, but definitely right now, my least favorite is Andy. And also, shout out to everybody else, because it seems like everybody else is doing what they need to do for their kids, at least. And yeah, I'd have to say that. What about you? What are y'all's least favorite, most favorites, anything like that? Huh? I really am interested in seeing this new couple, though. I want to say there was a 1 second, y'all. No, that's for New York. Yeah, I think that was pretty much it. We'll be back tomorrow with it. I was blindsided too by Andy. Told a whole lie to us like he was super dad, only for his daughters to expose him right after. I want my sympathy for him back from that. Yes, that's exactly how I feel. Like, you came off being totally the opposite. And even now, I was just looking around the house and I was like, I thought that could be just, I mean, they still could be the daughter's house, but it just maybe looked like they still might actually be living with the grandmother though too. So I'm just like, what are you doing? What do you like? I can't support that regardless. And also, even though, we said whatever about Renika, she's also not too bad in my eyes, because it seems to be that she's on her stuff. She's wanting to do well, and she seems to have a good head on her shoulders. It's just, oh, maybe I should do that. What do y'all think about that? Maybe I should go back and do like rank like my top like 5 favorite couples from all the would y'all like that? My top favorite 5 from like the entire Love After Lockup, Life After Lockup, like my entire 5, and then my least liked 5. Would y'all be interested in something like that? Maybe. Thought he was daddy of the day. And that's what I'm saying. Like, he sold us a whole false narrative, and I just don't like stuff like that. So now I'm looking at you sideways with everything. And again, you're about to go raise somebody else's kid. Like, because I have like a personal connection to that. Not me, again, y'all know I don't have kids, but I've had people very, very close to me find themselves in situations where the other person wasn't supporting their children how they're supposed to, but has enough time and enough energy to go and support somebody else's kids. That doesn't make sense. Oh, so y'all are down? Okay, I'm gonna do it. Oh gosh, I gotta think back. I gotta go think back, watch back, everything, because obviously I've been watching this. I haven't been reviewing it since the beginning, y'all, but I've been watching this show since the beginning. I've been watching it since at least 2019. And I want to say, I came right in with, I can't remember his name. Oh, what was his name? But he was given like, what was his name? Ooh, it's gonna bother me. But she had like bought a house for them, and he got out, but their styles were totally different. I can't remember his name, and that probably was not any good. That probably was not a good clue at all. Megan, yeah. Oh my God, Joseph, why'd you have to remind me? Oh wait, no. Oh yes, Rip. Gotta put Clint and Tracy RP off GP. Yeah, and also what's his face that was with Lizzie? That's about the time I came in when they were on. You remember freaking Angela with the cigarettes? But the dude that was with Lizzie, he passed away as well. Remember, she kind of found out that he may have had an addiction as well. Dang, y'all, we're about to go back in memory lane. Okay, I'm definitely gonna. Y'all have my word. I'm gonna do it. But that Megan, Michael, and Sarah, we need to update on them. And maybe I'll start doing that too. Just giving updates. Yeah, Scott. I want to say that's the only two. No, it's not. Not Anya. Was it Anya? She was from she wasn't from this country, but he found her like passed out in the bathroom. I can't remember. Did she pass away too? I want to say, or maybe, let me stop. Maybe she didn't, but there's a lot of, been a lot of craziness with them. These folks. Lamar's back in jail, apparently. It's a lot. Sorry, y'all. I'm trying to remember. I don't if I'm misspeaking, but y'all, we're gonna get into it because y'all got my mind all interested again. And we're back with another episode tomorrow. I will be live tweeting, so make sure you guys are following me on there as well as all my other socials. And I'm trying to come back right now real quick with my Real Housewives of New York review. I'm gonna try, but if not, it'll be first thing tomorrow. And then again, I'll be coming back later tonight anyway. But y'all, that is all I have. I enjoyed you guys. I really, really did. And until next time, shout outs to the replay gang. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Check the description box, and I will see y'all in the next one. All right. Bye.